Evening, everybody.
Hello.
How are you all doing? Let us know in the chat if you can hear us, because we're very good at not pressing the right button.
It's a good place to start.
How are you all doing? Hopefully you're having a good week, and everyone's recovered from the excitement of Suffolk backyard.
Yep, it's our much belated stream for the wrap up.
Yeah, so I've been away on holiday for a week, and
we had work.
yeah,
It's
and then we
been
had
busy.
work. So it's a bit of a belated catch up, but catch up nonetheless. We've got a good chunk of things to talk through today. A nice little oh, I've forgotten what the word is.
The collection.
Collection
of
menu
things.
of talking points.
Yeah, we're going to be going over the most recent silver event down in Suffolk. Good look at who's overperformed, who's underperformed, any new names on the block,
Yeah.
people to keep an eye on.
Changes to that large list as well as a big one.
Yeah, big at-large list changes.
And then have a quick look at what's coming up in the next weekend and
We have
the coming ones.
3 backyards this weekend up and down the
Yes.
country. And we're going to be chatting in a moment to one of the race directors.
Yeah, so Paul from Lush Events for Breakheart Backyard. Wow, I'm doing well with my words today. So yeah, that's what we're going to be chatting through. As always, if you have any questions, chuck them in the chat, and we'll kind of get back to them at the end, and let us know your thoughts on what's going on, what's happened in the last few weeks, and what's coming up. But for now, let's see if this magic button works, and we can go to Paul.
Yay.
I can put my headphones back on now.
Right.
Can you hear me, Paul?
I can indeed.
Excellent. Hopefully everyone at home can hear you as well. We're still working out all the buttons, but it's getting there. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Busy.
I can imagine. It's you're getting all excited, ready for the backyard this weekend.
Yeah, I am. It's our first ever backyard, so not sure what to expect, but yeah, we'll get it going and see what happens.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a nice weekend for it.
Yeah, I mean today's really hot, and where we are as well is a bit of a sun trap, but they're going to get a bit of mixture because they've got the quarry, which is really open, but that's only a short distance, and then they're straight under tree canopy, so they get the shade there. So
Oh, nice. So it's should be a nice little mix of everything for people. Yeah, but you excited for it though, because it's your first backyard race directing, isn't it?
Yes, first backyard, yeah, as a race director. So nervous. I always say, people on our website and stuff like that, I always say, I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. I'm a novice athlete, ultra runner, Ironman, things like that.
Yeah.
That just decided, I'll have a crack at that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are kind of in that same boat though when they start race directing. It is very much they go from the running side to putting on massive events.
Yeah.
Is there any...
Mine was slightly, a weird one with the Barking marathons. It was a bit of a weird one with Lars and everything like that, but which then led into him convinced me to do a backyard. So.
It's easy done, really, isn't it? When Laz says, "Oh, do backyard."
Yeah, you haven't got saying it.
Yeah,
you just
go, okay.
Yeah.
But you're excited nonetheless.
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
Excellent. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my questions. There we go. Yeah, so it's now the calm before the storm, as people say. I guess people are starting to arrive Friday.
Yeah. So had a slight hiccup, as these things go. We live and learn. The quarry where it is a community project. It's a beautiful area. They had an event booked there up until 3 o'clock. So I spoken to the chap. He said, "Yeah, we're available from 12. It's that kind of area. If you've seen the film Hot Fuzz, that's where I live."
Okay.
Yeah. Not like those heathens up at Newton Abbot. It's that kind of thing. And he was just like, "Yeah, no problem, Paul. Yeah, 12 o'clock, easy." And then literally 2 weeks ago, he was right and goes, "Did I tell you 12 o'clock?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, we got an event until 3. So, all
that setup and preparation time.
Yeah, exactly. So, and my work wouldn't allow my normal day job as an AA patrolman wouldn't allow me the day off. So I'm working till 3:45, but I'll be back slightly earlier. And then, but yeah. So after we finish this, I'm all the stuff's in the van. I'm going up to the quarry, setting everything else I can up, and yeah, it's going to be a hectic couple of nights.
It'll be worth it though. Once you get
Yeah,
everyone on
yeah.
those first few yards, you'll sit there and you'll be like, this was worth it now.
Yeah, yeah. I think I do it to myself because I'm a bit of a one. Well, I am a one-man band, really. So I'm the race director. I'm doing all the timing myself. I'm looking after the streaming. We've got all the sort of cooking as well that we're going to be sort of doing, managing that. I'm helping with that. So yeah, I do it to myself.
Yeah, it's. I mean, a lot of people are the same though. When especially when you start off with race directing, it's like right, I've got myself, and then I can get brother or sister or friends to kind of help out or one or two. But it's it makes it more fun in a weird, twisted way.
Yeah.
So we haven't been able to track down the start list. How many people have you got running, and are there any kind of notable names?
So we've got 125.
Nice.
Again, not being too deep into the backyard world, I've gone into it. I purposely didn't look at all sort of who notable names yet because I want to, as a race director side, get to know those people and sort of go, okay, and find out firsthand.
Yes.
There's a couple of people that I know have done good sort of ish results, 24 hours plus. But yeah, we very nearly, because he lives just up the road, had Damien Hall.
You were telling me about that when we spoke the other week. Yeah.
So he is very keen to jump onto a bit of a backyard scene. And we fit really in with his plan with Green Runners because we're on his doorstep. Travel is, is minimal and everything like that. So, yeah, I think next year we could have Damien.
That could be an exciting one.
Yeah, he's coming down to the Barclay this year to have a little talk with the runners and everything like that. Yeah, and there was a conversation on the spine between Damien Nobles and John Kelly about coming to the Barclay UK and doing that. So then when I bumped into him, he was like, backyards. He goes, they'll take it off. And I was like, yeah. And I said, but do you know what? We had a guy come out in the Barclay for the first year, and he is a great runner. 100 miles easy. He couldn't handle the laps.
Yeah.
Coming in. And I genuinely think Damo and those really super elite people that are used to that point to point and being out front of it, I think with the backyards they could struggle.
Yeah, you do find it with a lot. We've had some. I think it was our first year. We had one or two runners who, they are really notable ultra runners, and they got to 6-7 yards in, and they were like, I'm done. I just. Not that they're exhausted. It's just
into that warm, coming back into that food and everything like that, and just being like, I've got to go back out again.
But it's always fun to watch, though.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
So another thing you've mentioned, I think on your backyard page, you've got GPS tracking for your runners.
Yes,
so you still have it?
It's not GPS tracking. We've got the tags, and we've got the nodes out on the course.
Okay, yes.
Yes, on this one we've not GPS tracked them, but we've got the GPS. They send it back via GPS, I believe, but no, we're not fully GPS tracking. We've got those bits just to make sure people are doing the correct course.
Yes,
but also we've got I've got 4G CCTV out on the course at the extremities, so I can see when people are going past.
I took a drink at the wrong time then.
There we go.
So it's your first one. You don't know how the runners kind of are going to cope with the course. Are there any kind of interesting little snippets for them to look forward to? Any loop the loops or any fun little bits of route for them to play on?
Oh yeah. So the quarry itself is very nice, rocky underfoot. It's a beautiful area. The whole course is open to the public. We ran in the Cotswolds. You can't go anywhere that isn't open to the public. It just doesn't happen. So that I'm a little bit hesitant and weirded out by that, but we've worked really closely with the local forest management and everything like that, and we've put signs out, so hopefully the public don't become too much of a nuisance. But when they go into the woods, it's a beautiful sort of Cotswold woodland, and the first sort of 3/4 of it is just trail woodland, with some wider tracks, some very narrow tracks, some uphills and some long downhills to get some speed up. As they get to the other end, back towards the quarry, is where the big hill. We were contemplating calling it Big's Hill, because it's just
painful.
Not very long. If you're used to ultra running, it's not a mountain. It's nothing like that. But do you know what? People are going to hate that hill.
Yeah.
So they go up to that, and then they hit what's called the sculpture trail, and it's the local kids and everything have made all these sculptures in the woods. So really nice to look at, and it's a loop as well. So the runners will be coming back on themselves and passing the other runners and everything like that. So I think that at the end of that course will give a bit of a boost to the runners, and then it's basically flat back to the course then.
Yeah, that sounds like really. I'd say a nice course, but I'm not running it, so it's going to sound nice for me at that point. So I know you're short on time today, so we won't be too much longer. But as a race director, what are you most looking forward to for the event this weekend? And is there anything that maybe you're either not looking forward to or you're a little bit cautious of?
I mean, with Gertlush events, our whole thing is about supporting mental health and just putting on a good race. As long as everybody goes away smiling and going, "Oh, that was fun," and then I've done my job. I think the course itself is going to be a bit of a tester for people. We're not an easy course at all, but. Yeah, as long as everybody goes away smiling, I'm happy, and I value good feedback. So I really want that feedback, whether it's negative as well. That helps, and so I can improve on the race. I'm cautious. I don't know why, but I've got this feeling about young kids are gonna. I've read in a couple of sort of podcasts and things like recently that people have been moving markers and stuff, and I'm really nervous about that. So I'm going to go out Friday morning and put the course out, but like really early.
Yeah.
So hopefully, by the time they've done 1 or 2 yards.
Yeah, as long as the arrows are there for the first 2 yards for people to get used to it, then mostly people are all right after that point.
Yeah. And we've got some local club runners that have run it a few times. So
okay, so at least some people know where they're going.
Yeah.
Excellent. Before we finish, anything else that you may want to add or talk about for your backyard?
I mean, as I said, I'm new to it. I'm really loving the ideas, right? Following you guys as well. Really taking sort of inspiration from you guys. So, if any of the runners that are coming here that are listening, please give me that feedback. Please come and speak to me. I'm not the guy that's going to be like, "Shut up, it's my race." It's your race. It's not my race. I'm just facilitating it.
Exactly.
So please give me that feedback.
Yeah, it's the same with every race director, really. If you don't get told the negative things or the things that haven't quite worked, how are you going to know to change them in the future?
No, but I've done a few races, a few hundreds and stuff like that myself, and I've said to the race director, well, the MDS, when I did the MDS, Patrick Buer did not like my comments about that. But his triage system, being an ex-combat medic, was not only woeful, it was dangerous.
Yeah.
And I made a polite, comment about that, and they weren't having it.
Wow.
Which was really bad. Not that I've got anything against the MDS, but I'm going back. I will be doing it again. A beautiful race. But yeah, I do think some people can take it to heart.
Yeah.
Where I think you've got to, if it is a ridiculous suggestion, then just accept it.
Yeah.
And then
move on.
Let it go. Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck for everything. Where can
Brilliant.
people follow along if they wanted to follow along this weekend?
So they can follow us on Instagram. We will be streaming, taking a leaf out of you guys, your guys' book. We will be streaming it live on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. So yeah, go follow us. Go to our website, go at www.gertlushevents.co.uk, and all the links on there. Or follow us on Instagram at gert.lushevents, or on Facebook, and all the links will be on there.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for taking up some of your evening, and good luck for the weekend. And we will
Cheers,
we'll talk to you soon.
See ya. Bye.
See you later. All right, Jonathan can toodle back in now.
I'm back.
He's back. So yeah, it's a nice little chat with Paul.
Yeah. Good segue for race directors out there. If you're wanting to live stream your event, but you don't know how, to do that, get us to do it.
Yeah, the live streaming. We do a
email.
little live streaming of events. But yeah, no, it's a nice little chat with Paul, and
What a nice guy.
it's always nice to have people come and chat. It makes it feel less awkward when we're just talking to a camera, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, still new to that.
Yeah, but no, yeah, Gert Lush events, Breakheart Backyard Ultras this weekend.
Yeah, starting on the 21st, 9 o'clock in the morning, I think.
On Saturday, is that 21st?
I think people are arriving on Friday the 21st. Event starts the Saturday morning on the 22nd.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that should be a fun one to watch. And also, not only Breakheart, but we have 2 more events. So three events in one weekend. We are treated.
We are in the summer of backyards.
Yes, it is all going to start kicking off now.
So we have Longbridge starting on the same Saturday.
I think does Longbridge start on Saturday?
21st. It's a Friday.
It's a Friday, yes.
Wow.
You're doing well.
Good to have me back, eh?
Let me go stand in the corner again. Yeah, so Longbridge is down on the south. It's a very, very hilly course.
Yeah, probably one of the hilliest.
Yeah, I think outside of Pig on the Hill, it might be one of the hillier routes.
It's 190 metres of elevation every loop.
Nice. That's about 600-ish feet of elevation per loop.
Yeah, you're not going to be getting PBs and world records, but
well,
what
you
a
never
blast.
know. Yeah, they had their very first one was in the winter this year.
Mm-hmm.
So way back in January, and it went down so well that they decided to put on a summer version. And everything that we heard after the winter was very positive. Kind of everyone really enjoyed the event. It's well organised, and
I've heard it's very grassroots. It's just a nice place to be.
Yeah,
we love that.
I mean, obviously our events, our backyards are a little bit more tech heavy. But we absolutely love going to like backyards where it's grassroots, you know, everything's pen and paper and just shouting numbers at each other, and it's great.
They're 18 hours in. Who was that? Who came in?
Yeah,
14.
We got Vic. Hello, Vic, and Mike in the chat.
Speaking of Vic is doing Longbridge.
Yes,
Vic did it in the winter.
Yeah, in January.
Got the women's record for the course. 19, correct. Good job.
Look at me with my memory.
So she's back this summer. She'll probably have a score to settle or to reinforce the record.
So yeah, Vic, let us know. Are you going for 24 hours? I would assume you're going for 24 hours this time round. But yeah, that should be a good fun one to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing, because obviously in the winter, not only you've got the hills, but you've got the winter weather to deal with.
And also the start time, 6 o'clock.
Yes.
This is something that I've not come across before. And I find it so interesting. I really want to know what people's thoughts are on the 6 p.m. start for the Backyard Ultra. Because that 10, 12 hours where a lot of people drop out, that's dawn. All of a sudden, all those people, sun's coming up, things get warmer. I think...
Boost of energy.
Yeah. But on the flip side, you've got to be awake all day. There's a real... I want to know what people think about the 6 p.m. start.
Well, Alan's just said, not a pig in chance of a world record on Pig on the Hill. So I think that definitely means it's definitely going to be a bit hilly.
I love it.
But yeah, Vic says, John was on the ball. He's like the Rain Man of Backyard Ultras.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm dialed in. I'm locked in.
I'll leave him to do all the stats. I'll just press the buttons. It's easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, 6 p.m. It's an interesting one. It's one that I've kind of briefly seen at other events.
I like it.
Yeah, I think
it's quirky. Almost.
Yeah, but the fact that you do have all that energy, and you know you're starting at 6, so you're not going to wear out. In theory,
the hardest part through the night is when you're freshest. But are you going to be awake all day? I don't know.
Yeah, because obviously you're gonna want to get there in the morning and then sleep until the start time.
I know some people really dislike the midday start.
Yes.
They wake up early and then they've got to just hang around, keep warm, don't waste any energy.
Yeah. But it's it's gonna be fun. Really looking forward to that. Facum is 750 foot of elevation. So
That's brutal.
Yeah, there's actually more in the UK that have got more elevation than I expected. Even though I look at all these events every day anyway, I don't really think it's sunk in how many are just, brutally hard.
On the flip side, the third Backyard Ultra that we have this weekend is the Putney Loop, centre of London.
Look at you with the segues.
I'm working on it. I think 22 metres of elevation per loop, nice and flat, and it's pavement and track and stuff.
Yeah.
It's in a city, and you think Backyard Ultra, you think trail running.
Yeah.
Well, I do. That's me.
I think you see a lot of them that are kind of like trail backyards out there. But in the middle of London, I think the hardest bit of that is going to be dealing with pedestrians.
But that also starts in the evening, 6 p.m.
Okay.
It will be quiet through the night. And it's a smaller, low-key one, so I don't think they're going for 24 hours. So maybe they're just happy to get that first night where it's quiet and then start.
Yeah,
come on.
I think it's going to be a very fun weekend, even though it might not be like, the excitement of the Suffolk levels, where it's like, new world records or new course records. I think it's going to be a different kind of excitement because of literally all the things we've said.
The scene.
Yeah. One first time in backyard, the other two are on their second backyards, the late night or the evening starts.
Yep.
I think it could be a fun weekend to kind of tag along with everything on there. So
I think it's worth saying with the Putney Loop is that it's a charity event.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I think £20 for every entry goes to unhomed people, unhomed charities. And last year I found their fundraiser page and it had more than £3,000 raised on it. So huge up to those guys.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the entry fee for it isn't even that much.
It's bottom dollar. It's like no medal because that would take away from the donations.
Yeah.
But it's just you go, you run, charity happens, and they've raised over £3,000 last time.
Yeah,
I love that.
But it's it's exciting. I'm looking forward to this weekend. It is it's gonna be a fun one. Let us know in the chat who is running any of those three, if anyone's running those three.
We struggle finding start lists.
Yes.
So if we had names, we'd make guesses.
But the only one I know is Vic, who is at
Longbridge.
Yes, yeah.
And so gunning for the top.
We will be we'll be cheering on Vic, at least Vic.
So that's this weekend. Let's roll back a few weekends.
So back. It's been almost 3 weeks now, 2.5 weeks now. So it's been.
Sorry about that.
He's burping everywhere. So it's been 3.5 weeks, and now it's time for our new little fancy graphic. That's over that side. It's time to have a little recap of Suffolk. Obviously, everyone was all over watching that.
And that was a global thing. Everyone wants in on Suffolk.
So we've got a lot to chat about. We had, Suffolk had 233 on the start line, over 15 countries or nationalities taking part, along with 6 runners who were at Biggs.
Yep.
Last year. So it was touted right from the off as being a one to watch pretty much.
So headline from the whole event: Lucas. Lucas wins with 88 yards.
Yep. So I've got this
by
fancy buttons.
Matthew Blackburn. Lucas was our dark horse, the one that we knew nothing about. We couldn't find info. He's run one backyard before where he did 70 yards, and we thought, hey, maybe this guy wins. Who knows? We don't know anything about him. And
he
absolutely top of the pile.
Smashed out. But the thing that I found really exciting and interesting about Lucas was his lap times.
He's rapid.
Yeah, I'm sure most people kind of kept on track of everything, but his times were just...
He was averaging 40 to 45 minutes a yard.
Yeah.
So he had 15 to 20 minutes to rest, which is colossal in this world.
And I think I've got a little graph of... oh, no, maybe not.
No. That's us.
There we go. So yeah, we did a little graph of Lucas's time, so you can see Lucas in blue, and
the lower the line, the faster he ran.
Yeah. So we've got Lucas against Matt Blackburn, who obviously was the assist, and the thing that I found interesting looking at their times is that for the first probably 40 hours, it looks like they were running almost like the same. Not
strategy?
The same time. It's like 5 minutes between them, no matter which lap
quite
they did.
Consistently.
All the way through. When one had a long lap, the other one had a long lap as well, and same vice versa.
But
short.
Still separated by 5 minutes.
Yeah, which
quite
was
consistently.
Yeah, which was one thing that we didn't really notice until we kind of like plotted it on the graph, and it just made it kind of an interesting little tidbit, really.
But one of the funny things is we've got a quote from Lucas saying you've got to really carefully just manage your time and pace yourself, and he's doing the fastest yards out of everyone. He's crushing it. He's
flying round
and then just resting back up, go again.
Yeah.
And we found some interviews from him since Suffolk, and he said he was just really well prepared for the event. And he could have gone further.
Yeah.
So this guy is likely a top 10 backyarder on the planet.
Well, I mean, he's sitting at, as it says on the thing, he's sitting at 13th in the world rankings at the moment.
Yeah, so 13th, but he says he could go further, and there's no reason to doubt that.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting. Like he's going to be at Bigs, 100%. There's no way he's not. So I'm very excited to see how he does at Bigs, or even at the Polish team event in October. So yeah, very, very excited to see how Lucas
does. If there's anyone out there that could keep up with him.
Yeah, but no, definitely one to watch out for in the future.
Yeah, so big virtual round of applause for Lucas for getting onto everyone's radar, winning the event.
He might have been on people's radar before, but he just wasn't on ours. we
struggled finding anything on this man.
Then we scoot on over to Matt Blackburn, the new UK champion.
Yes.
After 2 years of, or almost 3 years, I think, of John Stocker holding the record. And Matt Blackburn kind of always having that assist. It is that UK champion title is now Matt's.
Yep. So second on the board with the assist. From what I've heard, didn't finish lap 87.
Okay.
I think word on the street is he fell asleep on 87 and triggered the end of the race.
Do you mean 88 or 87? I think I'll put the wrong number in for Suffolk Backyard.
No, he got 87, which triggered the end of the event on 88.
Yes, he just didn't finish the 88. But absolutely stellar performance from Matt, and it's new course record, new PB for him, and
new UK record.
A new UK record. He's the current champion. It was great fun. I mean, I was on holiday at the time, and I was in Greece sitting on the beach, and it's just like, check the stream, check the results. Yeah, it's still going.
Yep.
But it's always good fun. Anyway, moving on to Henrik. He was the assist last year at Suffolk Backyard, and came in third this year. But still came in third, but still new PB for him. New PB at Suffolk for him. He managed
new
to beat
PB for Germany.
Oh, is it new German record as well?
Absolutely.
There we go. Yet another German new record.
I've counted 4 national PBs. So it's England, United Kingdom, Germany, Italy, and Poland. Wow, thank you.
I got one
all
thing
got
right.
the new records at Suffolk.
It's impressive, isn't it?
That's great.
Yeah,
brilliant.
But it's it just shows the change in just how far runners can go. Like you look back like 4 years ago, even like just before COVID, I think if you got like 35 to 45 yards in an event, you were like the top event.
It's also the power of invites. So bringing in international runners.
Yeah, I think to be able to get those runners in though, with an invite, you have to have.
But you've got to earn it.
Yeah, you have to have a course that is good.
Mm-hmm. You've got to warrant it.
That runners can do, and have a good history of being able to, go for long distances. Polish record is over 100. Wow, 200. Polish record is over 100. So
okay,
you are
that's
wrong
me.
on that one.
Yeah, Rain Man.
You've lost that title now.
I had it for 7 minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll have a look at the other notable runners. We've got
coming in fourth, Antonio Di Mano.
Yeah, good on
79
Antonio.
yards, representing Italy. It's one of my favourite histories in backyarding.
Yeah.
Because it's not that long ago, 2019, he ran his first 24-hour event and got his first big result. And then year on year, just increased and increased and increased, right up to 70s, where he has now plateaued.
Well, you say that. he got 79 at Suffolk.
I don't know, maybe there's a mental barrier or something to get into the 80s, but he now has 3, maybe 4 results in the mid to high 70s. Very, very consistently running these elite distances, but not hitting 80.
But you look at it on the other side, and every single race event that he does, he's still going up. It's just those increases are getting smaller.
But I love the fact that 5 years ago he hit 24 hours. Yeah. Year after 48, and now he's up here, and he's currently ranked 23rd. I've got it written down, 23rd in the world.
Yes.
And another 5 years.
Well,
not? Top 10.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it might even be sooner than that. But yeah, no, it's great to watch every event that he does, just seeing how much he's going to kind of increase by.
And I'm gunning for him to hit big 80.
Yeah, Chandler's going to have a little party when he hits 80. And then finally, the winner of back. I'm still wearing my headphones.
Winner of last year's.
Yeah.
And came 5th this year. So these are the top 5 runners of this year. Oriol Antoli Sarau.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to correct you because I'll probably get it wrong as well.
With 74 yards this year, representing Spain. I've got written down that he was the bookies' favourite.
Yeah.
I don't think people bet on backyards, but
it's a bit too niche for bets.
I think I had him pegged as the guy to win. He was the top ranked person globally on the way in. I think he still is actually, because his PB is 89.
Currently 9th ranked in the world.
Yeah, this guy's he's a machine, but was out-machined.
Well, yeah, I mean...
You can be very good, but if someone's very good, that's it.
Great English. But, yeah, I mean, like, we say all this as in, like, he came 5th.
We say this from our chairs.
Yeah, from our chairs. I've done a record of 1 backyard loop. Jonathan's done 5. Like, what they're achieving is still absolutely insane.
It's staggering. It's verging on inhuman.
Yeah. So, whilst we are saying, he's not doing so well.
Oh, he only came 5th.
Yeah, everyone is still doing very, very well. But,
It feels awful to say, he only did 80. Rubbish.
Says the guy who only just finished 1 yard.
Yeah, I did 5 if you round up.
Yeah. I'll round up to 50. That's fine. But yeah, Alan said, I was joint 7th in the world with 30 yards in 2017. So that just shows how the caliber is just thrown. But yeah, no, it's very exciting to see kind of how things progress over the next... Well, definitely the next 2 years with the next kind of round of championships starting up.
Yeah. Even just within the UK, the amount that the scene has grown over the last year.
Yeah.
We'll get new runners, elite ultra runners that are starting to hear about backyards, all the buzz, and they'll jump in and go, "Oh, this is hard but exciting."
Yeah, I think the next round of qualifiers. So after kind of the August championship qualifying finishes, that next 2-year block is going to be absolutely huge. I think we're going to see a lot of UK runners, a lot of new UK runners, and Well, yeah, lots of new UK runners who never run backyards before, and I think we'll see a lot more new names in those kind of like top 10, 15 at large list. It's gonna be a fun one to kind of keep tabs on.
I think while we are in the mindset of criticising these elite runners that could outpace
us,
I think we do unfortunately have to just at least touch on John Stocker not being in the top 5.
Yeah, so
the Suffolk man. He's been the UK champion for a few years.
Yeah,
course records. He's the Suffolk number 1.
But I think you do have to look at obviously this year he went into it knowing that he wasn't going to go top numbers. You know, he's got an ankle injury that he's awaiting treatment on.
Yep.
So this year was, it's fine.
I think we have to touch on the absence from the top. It's earned, and there's a reason.
Yeah.
It's the plan, but from our chairs we have to say that John Stocker wasn't in the top 10. I think he bowed out after 25 because he's got the injury on his leg.
I think he's he had a knee injury. I'm sure someone in chat will be able to tell us.
It's all warranted, but it's worth touching on.
It's a shame we haven't seen him kind of after John did do that. Was it 71 or 72? 82, sorry. When he got the UK when he got the new UK record, not being able to see him kind of
continue that path,
and just try and like not so much push himself, but have the opportunity to try and beat himself. It would
be nice.
I think all the words coming out wrong.
There's no reason to say that he won't be back.
Yeah,
just I think he's got an operation or surgery to look at something. I don't know. It's personal stuff here.
But it's you never know. Next year he might come back and just obliterate.
Someone else has got my record.
Yeah,
hold on,
it's mine again. I want it back. But that's something that just makes the whole thing even more exciting.
So not nice to kind of pick on someone.
It's not really picking. It's just mentioning. But he's still absolutely incredible runner. So, he really is. He's even though he's kind of getting 50s and 60s in backyards at the moment, he is.
He's getting 50s and 60s.
He's still like the second best in the UK. It's just we haven't seen him at his peak.
A power gap between Matthew and John and the rest of the pack. There's the two sat cleanly on top of the pile.
Yeah.
Which I guess brings us to the UK runners.
So the UK runners at Suffolk. Obviously, we touched on Matt Blackburn, his new UK record. Took the crown from John Stocker.
Yep.
But he's still not managed to get that elusive Suffolk win.
No,
obviously with the internationals there, helped him get to that 82. But he just
fierce competition.
Yeah.
He now has the assist for 2 of other people's wins, which is probably quite frustrating.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's the UK record holder.
Chuffed with that, wouldn't you?
But you never know. Maybe next year, see Matt Blackburn get into the 90s, and we'll wonder how long it's going to be before runners hit the 100 in the UK. That's going to be the big one.
That'll be a headline.
Vic says, what was going on with the yard distances being wrong at Suffolk? So I don't know exactly. You'll probably have to ask Lindy about that. But from what I heard, some people's GPS watches were showing drastically short. So Lindy added just kind of an extra little loop close to the finish, just to bring it up.
I think that was on yard 3.
Yeah, yard 2 or yard 3. I wasn't there. It's just from what I've been told. So it would be best... check with Lindley or any of the runners who were there. But from what we were told, it was some people's watches were short. The course was right. It had been checked with the wheel and all the usual ways. But because people's watches were so short going through the forest, he added a little bit more on to make...
Yeah, it's an odd one, but I think if anything was amiss, then it would have been a bigger deal. People would have been talking about it. I think...
But like I said, I don't know in detail. Maybe someone who ran there is in the chat who can kind of shed some light on it. But
we've just heard drips from around, but I feel like if it was a big problem, it would have been a bigger thing.
Yes,
it's what it is.
It is what it is for now.
So some people's watches were coming up short, and they added in a short loop on the second or third to compensate and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Everything still stands.
Matt Blackburn. Where we talked about Matt and Wayne Smith.
Wayne Smith was a runner that wasn't, at least on my radar. We didn't talk about him in the last stream.
Yes.
It wasn't on the at-large list, and he ran 45.
Yeah, I think he ran in Suffolk in 2022.
Yes.
And did quite well. And then came in and just kept going and going and going.
Yeah,
and,
hit 45, which has put him up to 8th on the UK board.
Yeah, that sounds right. In fact, I could probably bring up the board.
We'll have a glance. We'll have a dig at it in a bit, but
boing.
Let's see.
There we go.
Wayne Smith, number 8.
Yeah. So Wayne has appeared on there, and whilst he's obviously pushed someone out. With the winner of Suffolk not being UK, then that Suffolk silver medal place has been removed. So whilst he's jumped in and knocked someone down, they've moved back up again. As it stands, that is the current at-large list. Julie Bethune is at the bottom. She is not in the team at the moment, but we just kind of put her in there because if someone doesn't take part, Julie will be up there.
But she's the sub. So we've got Wayne Smith jumps in at number 8 with his 45, and Richard Thompson, who
still on 44.
He didn't need to improve his standing. He's very safe. I think he ran 39, but we don't know why he ran 39. Might be in the plan.
I feel like Richard has still got the opportunity. Not the opportunity. He's still got a lot more in him. I feel like he has the potential to go to like a full 60 if everything is kind of working for him.
We don't know the man, we don't know his motivations or the plan, but he might have just gone to this event with let's get 40, keep my legs
keep
going,
your legs going,
figure out the mental, try some different things, and then because he's got the invite to Bigs, that's already earned.
He's got the invite to the UK Championships.
That's what I meant
Bigs.
to say.
It's a big difference for Bigs.
The UK Championship. He secured his place.
Yeah,
he didn't need to run for 60 hours to secure his place further.
Yeah, his boop. He's absolutely he's in a good spot. I'd say everyone from 40 down could be knocked out still. Because we don't know what's going to happen. We've got Highlander coming up. That's another silver medal event.
Yep.
And Pig on the Hill. And they will obviously be pushing. There's a lot of runners out there who are pushing for the win at one of those.
And then
because they want that spot.
Dozens of other backyards in between.
Yeah.
Where any of them, you only need 2 people to go far to upset the table and kick out the Julies and Lukes.
But the one thing that I do want to say is that I feel like there was a lot less change in the at-large list after Suffolk than we expected. I expected like huge changes.
Do you want to pull up? We'll get to it. We could talk in the meantime about the top women of the event.
Yes, so
we had Karen Nichol.
Yes, the legend that is Karen. We love her.
She ran 33, which makes it her 4th event with over 24 hours ran.
Yeah,
which is great. But it's not a PB.
The big thing though is she's 6 months out of having surgery on her foot, and this was her first backyard back. She came back and did 33,
and that's 2 off her personal best.
Yeah, so Karen is one to watch. Where she ends up running next, not entirely sure. I think she might be coming to the Rasselbock one in September, possibly. But I think Karen has still got a good bit of beef in her yet.
If you say so. I think shortly followed by Catherine Harper Bingham at 31.
Yeah, Kathy.
That was her second Suffolk event and got a new PB. I think the last PB at Suffolk last time, and then knocked it up to 31 this time. So congratulations to those 2.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much our kind of mini rundown.
Yeah.
From Suffolk Backyard. We can definitely have a little look at how things have changed. Let's find a little bit of paper. There we go. So you can see the changes. I'll let Jonathan explain it. He did all the maths.
So we've got the most important thing to note, which might catch a few people off guard, because the silver ticket was won by a Polish runner, the silver ticket spot disappears and everyone gets bumped up by one. That's correct, isn't it?
That sounds
just
correct to me.
Double checking that.
Yeah.
So that's why towards the top there's a couple of +1s on runners that didn't run.
Yes.
So we have 2 runners there that weren't at Suffolk that have gone up the board.
Yeah.
Because
it
a
must
spot
be great.
above them disappeared.
Yeah, it must be great when that happens, when you don't run, yet you still move up the at-large list.
Yeah. So we got Matthew Blackburn, who well earned his new spot up at the tippy top. So he's a UK record holder at 87.
And again, I absolutely love it. It's he's the top of the at-large list and a new UK backyard, but still only the assist. And it tickles me a bit, that.
Yeah. So unfortunately, bumps Jock Stocker down.
Jock Stocker. Yeah, John Stocker goes down one. But
Andrew
again,
Jackson, Chris Sperling did not run and get bumped up because of the silver ticket spot.
Yeah.
And Wayne Smith, our UK runner who came out of the blue and jumped up to number 8. Damien Elston jumps into the at-large list, knocking down 5 people below him. Julie Bethune, unfortunately, now out of the safe zone.
Yeah. But again, not 100% out of the team.
Yeah, it only takes one person from the top 15 to say, I can't make it.
Yeah.
And Julie's got the invite.
And there's always people who drop out and can't make it. Yeah. So there's a strong chance that Julie and Ian are going to have to find babysitters for a week. I say babysitter, childminders for a week, because there's still a high chance that both of them could make the UK team in October. So yeah, it's still all to play for. Still lots of things could change, it's going to be an exciting few months as we run down towards the end of the qualification period in August. So yeah, let us know any changes you think are going to happen, where you think they're going to happen, anyone we think we should kind of like look out for maybe over the next few events.
Yep. If you know someone that is running this weekend, let us know, because we don't know who's running this weekend.
Yeah, we know very few people.
And we are very keen to find out. And we're very keen to see how far these events go.
Yeah.
If we can get some of them into the plus 24 hours.
I kind of hope that all of the ones this week go over 24 hours. There's no reason why they shouldn't, but it would be nice to see them all go over 24. Yeah.
Just for the health of the scene. We'd love to see it.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got this weekend, like we've gone through, we've got Breakheart, Longbridge and Putney all on. And then the weekend after, we got Big Owls, so that's another new one, which I think entries close today. So if you're thinking of joining them, brand new one up near Liverpool, up on a hill, I think. Then you've got until the end of today.
Which is not very long. It's 8:20.
Yeah, so you might want to speed up
if you want to be sporadic and I want to do a backyard ultra just right now. There you go, Big Owls.
Yes, that's coming up a week from this weekend. So then we're really into it. Then we got Facombe Backyard. I can never say that right without Facombe. Let's go with Facombe. It sounds fancier. Backyard coming to July, followed by the next silver ticket event, 20th of July, Highlander Backyard Ultra.
Yep.
That is going to be one to watch. There is a lot of people who are wanting to get on that UK list.
Yes, the bottom of the at-large list is a contested place.
It really is. So yeah, that's coming up June, July, and then we move into the very last one before the end of the qualification period. Pig on the Hill.
Pig on the Hill, and that will be a contested spot.
Yes, for
you
sure.
don't necessarily need to run 40 hours. You just need to go to a silver and hope no one else runs 40 hours.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, that is very close to all we've got to talk about today. It might be the longest one so far.
Let's take questions.
Yes, so any questions or anything that you think we should look at or talk about in future.
Yeah. If you are confused by silver tickets,
I just
bronzes,
confused in life.
if you are confused in general, let us know.
Me.
We won't be able to help. So let us know if you've got comments, if you've got people that you want to support. Now's the time to shout them out.
Yep.
We'll have a quick look into the comments.
Yep. We're planning to be back probably next Tuesday at 7:30 in the evening. We will do a review of all the 3 events that happened this weekend. We'll look ahead at
Big Owls.
Big Owls. We'll maybe we can get Big Al himself to come on and have a little chat.
He's too big.
He's too big. You can't say that. Yeah, so we'll be back again next Tuesday. It doesn't look like we've got any. Plenty of people have been chatting away. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a fun few weeks of backyards. Good luck to everyone who's running.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say
have fun out there.
Have fun, and we'll see you next Tuesday for a nice little wrap up.
Yes.
All right, have fun, guys.
Adios.